Color changes. Color changes are much easier than they sound. When you want to change colors, you simply pick up your new color in the last stage of your current stitch. So if I'm working in single crochet, I would go all the way over to that last yarn over, pick up my new color, and pull that through. And you can see how my stitch that I finished still is completely blue, but I've got my new yarn ready to go. And as I work that stitch, you can see that that's going to be the top loop of my next stitch, which will then be red, single crochet. And now if I needed to move back to blue, I drop the red, pick up the blue. You get the idea, right? We'll go into more detail in color work and that sort of thing later, but I just want to give you the basics here. So that also means if you're working in double crochet, the same thing applies. Double crochet means we start with 2 loops on our hook. We insert, pull up a loop, start to remove in pairs, but we wait until we get to the very last one, and then we switch our colors. So that again, our entire stitch is the first color and we've got the second color ready to go. So again, double crochet. Let's make this one a half double crochet. This would actually be our last stage in that stitch. So we're going to drop our color and move on to the next color. So we have a red half double crochet. We're ready with blue for our next stitch. And so on. Triple crochet, doesn't matter what stitch you're doing, it's always in that last yarn over you switch to your new color. So let me work a couple of stitches here and get to the end of the row and show you how that will work. I'm just going to do single crochet because it's simpler for us, but it applies, same thing applies. We work all the way to the very end, the very last yarn over. Pick up our new color, pull that through. Our row is completed in our old color. We're ready to chain and start our new row in our new color. And it's just as easy as that. Now if you're working in the round, it's still the same thing. It just looks a little different because you're always working from the right side. So let me just join this up real quick so you can see how that looks. If we're making a hat or a bag or gloves or something where you're working in the yarn, working in the round, same thing. So sometimes when you're working in the round, you don't actually join rows, you just keep going. The same as if we're in the middle of the row then. You go all the way to the last yarn over of your stitch. Oh, I've lost my red. Keep going, and then your first color is still left behind. As you work your way around and come back up, then you can switch back and forth between red and blue at each row as you go up. But if you do have to join rows in the round, then usually it'll be a joined row. You'll do a slip stitch to join. So I would normally just pull that through with my working color, but instead I'm going to do that slip stitch by pulling through my new color. My initial row is finished in blue, my new row will start in red, and then you do your chain and work forward from there. If you have any questions on how to work with color, let me know. We'll be doing more on Intarsia and Fair Isle later on, but in the meantime, I hope you make your projects as colorful as possible.